Today I'm celebrating the International Day of Sign Language, something which has enabled people who have varying levels of speech and hearing impediments to be able to speak for a very long time. In fact, Native American cultures, which stem way back before the 10,000 years of our, let's say, literate agricultural period of history, claim that they used sign language way back into history. And it's interesting to note that Plato, one of the foremost Greek, probably the foremost Greek philosopher, accredited a lot of his learning to the people with signs. And sign language was something that was introduced to me at a fairly early age, and I absolutely loved developing this ability to be able to speak with others. People often think that sign language is trying to replicate our normal verbal speech. It's not. It's its own language, it's its own, and it has therefore its own culture associated with it. Sign language is not an attempt to mimic what we have learnt to do with speech. It came first. It predated speech more than likely. And at least for those people that are hard of hearing, it is the primary means of communication. It's obviously the first thing that they would do. And as I learned sign language, I ended up working in a school for the deaf and found myself to be immersed in this incredible world that was almost unfathomable to me. There really is a very different way of perceiving the universe for those who are hard of hearing, and I'm almost a bit sad, to be honest, at the increasing numbers of people who are taking recourse to digital implants and such like, because I'm concerned that we may lose out on deaf culture one day, just in the same way that there's a kind of a loss to the world that should be mourned when we see an indigenous tribe whose languages disappear into extinction. And I feel concerned that if we were to ever lose the aspect of sign language and this primal way of communicating, which obviates the need for language structures in the way that we usually use them, the world would be a less colourful place. I've always found deaf culture to be an absolutely hilarious environment to inhabit. The humour that goes along with seeing things as they are and as they are presented is a wonderful thing to experience. So today I'm giving my thoughts and my gratitude to the existence of sign language, and I think it's something worthy of celebration. The more of us that can learn a little bit of sign language, the better the world will be. It's an incredible way to communicate even if you are hearing, and more the pity that we don't integrate this into our culture a little bit more. So a moment of gratitude for the presence of sign language.